Hello everybody! Recently we have been receiving a lot of questions about our leather, about the color of our leather, so I decided to make this video and explain more things about the leather we use. So first of all, it's worth to mention that our leather is full grain, vegetable tanned, Italian leather. Mostly we use cowhide, and the leather we use is dyed by hand. So let me break it down. Let's talk about the colors. First of all, we have a few basic colors like amber, the red one, the brown one, the most popular one, black one, green one, and blue. So all our leathers are dyed by hand. And what does it mean? The color of the leather is not solid, so it means there are lighter and darker spots on the leather. You get this look by coloring or dyeing the leather by hand. So it takes time, we pay extra for that, but it looks very beautiful, it looks unique, and every piece of leather, you cannot find the two identical hides of leather in the world. So every item is unique, and everybody who understands about the leather a little bit can tell that this is a valuable piece of leather from the first glance. So we love to work with those kind of leather. It's not so easy to work, but it's at the end of the day it's worth to do so because you get the beautiful product. Talking about the color and inconsistency of the color, some might think that it's a defect. Well, it's not. Talking about the color of leather, it's worth to mention that the color of our leather is not very glossy. We do not like to have a very glossy leather, but also for us it looks more beautiful than the leather is not matte as well. So we use kind of in the middle. Our leather has a healthy impression of healthy leather. Full grain means that we use only full grain leather. It's the highest quality leather, but also it's the most difficult leather to work with. Talking about full grain leather, it's very difficult to work compared to the other types of leather like top grain leather or genuine leather, because everything which was an animal is visible. Like here we have some scratches, some marks, some wrinkles, some other imperfections. So we decide which wrinkles we can have on the final product, on the bag, and which wrinkles we must work around. So, you know, it requires a lot of human interaction and a lot of decisions than cutting the leather. But we love to work with this type of leather because it gets patina over the time. It wears very beautifully. If you scratch this leather, you can eliminate the scratch with leather balsam and so on. I cannot say the same about genuine leather. You know, if you scratch genuine leather, it's a defect, that's all. Full grain also means that the top layer of leather were used. It means that only the hair and only fat were removed from the surface, and we have the natural look with all imperfection which was on the animal, on the cow. We use only full grain leather, and here I have an example of genuine leather just for your information and for informational purposes. So here you can see very seamless pattern of leather. It's not natural. You know, in the tannery they get this effect by hot press. So this kind of leather is cheaper, and also it's not in the same quality as full grain veg tan leather. And it's easier to work with this kind of leather because it's seamless. It seems like it has no defects. They brush the surface of leather, they brush out the top layer of leather, they put hot stamp on it with seamless pattern, and we have what we have. Of course, for us, it would be easier to work with this kind of leather because you can work and do not think about all imperfections, all defects. It's like a plastic. So I have this one and this one just for informational purposes for my team to educate what's the defect, how genuine leather looks like, and so on and so on. And this leather is dyed by sprayer, by spruzzo. So it means you have very solid color. There are no inconsistencies in the color. So somebody likes it, somebody not. I prefer full grain vegetable tan leather, the one we use, but the leather we use is vegetable tan. So it means during the tanning process, tannins like a powder from trees were used instead of harmful chemical materials like chrome and so on. So during the production of this kind of leather, vegetable tan leather, we do not do any harmful impact for environment. So that's one more thing which is important to us, and it's worth to mention. So it's pleasure to work with this type of leather and do not do a damage to the planet we live. We use cow leather, and especially one particular part of the leather, its shoulders. In Italian it's spalla. So on the leather, on the hide, you can see typical wrinkles of shoulders. And those wrinkles you can find on the final product. Shoulders means that we use one of the best part of the hide. It's the most durable. It has less scratches and imperfections. And everybody who likes vegetable tan leather, who likes cow leather itself, understands that those wrinkles means shoulders, and it's one of the best part of the leather, as I told before. Also, it's possible to work with bellies, but it's just for a lower quality products or for a smaller products. We have briefcases with big panels, so it's more comfortable and more reasonable to work with shoulders. We use Italian leather. Believe me, I traveled the world to find the best leather for our products, and it happens I found some tanneries to work with in Santa Croce in Italy. And we buy vegetable tan leather from those tanneries. To be more precise, the raw material comes from France. They are doing good quality in terms of raw material, and Italians knows how to make vegetable tan leather. They are doing so for a couple of hundreds of years. So I trust in those tanneries. I work with those tanneries for a long time, and I'm very happy with the quality we have, and I am planning to keep this leather for a long time in the future. So thank you for watching this video. I hope I was able to cover this question, and thank you so much. If you have more questions, just send us a message and I will try to cover